Hey, what's going on, everyone? Good morning, good morning. How are y'all? Well, I want to show you something. Guess what I got to wake up to this morning? Let's see if you hear him singing. I got to wake up to the sound of birds singing, and it was absolutely wonderful, mixed in with the sounds of a leaf blower. So, this is where I stayed for the night. Love's Travel Stop, just slept in my car. Yeah, let me tell you, life of luxury, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, all right, to be continued. Look at this fool, he's not even pedaling, he's just coasting. Y'all, riding a bike on a street, an actual street, the cars are meant to be on, is so retarded and selfish. Look at him, you're not even going as fast. Look how far I got behind the traffic because of these guys. Couple douches. All right, so I just stopped in a grocery store. It's this big old Fiesta. And the best part about Fiesta is the music, all right? Why in the world would I not be excited about buying groceries while that's playing? All right, y'all, check this out. So we are in a part of Dallas, some area. Having a great time so far. It's fun being around Dallas. It's fun. It's a very, very like artsy city. Is that a good word? But anyway, so next up, let's check this place out, huh? We're gonna head over here to, it's pronounced Cultivar. So let's go over here and let's go check all this out, huh? What do you say? Bam. It's now time to come in here. We're gonna grab some coffee. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna go say hey to these people over here. All right, y'all, I'm here at Cultivar, and I'm here with my good man, Brandon. All right, and so let's get some coffee. So, Brandon, I got a question for you. What do you recommend? Coffee drink?
If you want something sweet, I'd go with the local honey. If not, I'd go with the cappuccino.
You pick, surprise. And then can I get one of these blueberry muffins? Well, how's your morning going?
Let's go.
All right, y'all, so we got John here, and he's making one of their drinks called, one of their trademarks called the local honey. All right, buddy, what's in it?
So we got a double shot of espresso, add half ounce of local honey into it. Put it directly into that espresso. The heat really melts down the honey and makes it easy to work with.
All right, y'all, fun fact, this guy has been to Dichotomy in Waco, Texas. What took you to Waco?
Well, like probably for a lot of people, I went to Austin. I got introduced to it just looking for coffee.
Nice, man. What got you into the coffee business?
You know, I just started working at a shop as a job in college. I fell in love with it, just making drinks for people and hanging out.
I was gonna say, would you even say that coffee is one of your passions?
Yeah, definitely.
That's awesome, man.
It makes it easier to go to work every day, you know?
Boom. That looks awesome. And I cannot wait to drink it.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Dude, thank you so much. Talk about finding a place of zen. Good word usage, right? All right, y'all. I'm a big fan of coffee. And what do you say we check this stuff out? Oh, snap. Y'all, that is amazing. Okay, let me describe this. It's the honey. It's not like traditional like sugar or syrup or whatever they put in coffee or something. Okay, it's so delicious. It's like bitter and sweet, like in perfect harmony. All right, hey y'all, we got a little surprise here. What we ended up doing is we drug this guy, Brandon, from behind the counter. We also grabbed a few stools and we threw them out here so that we could hang out and talk for a second. Now, we would have done it inside, but the sound quality was just too hard to hear. There's just too much going on. So we're gonna talk with this guy and pick his brain for a second. Brandon? Sir? So anyway, so what we're doing is, the whole point of this is we're just trying to offer encouragement and wisdom to people out there.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to what to do with your life, okay? So my first question is, what about you? What are some of your goals in life?
My goals professionally, I want to open my own coffee shop. What really draws me to that is that I love talking and meeting with people and, you know, getting to hear their story and seeing how it can add into mine. And I also just love the combination of science and art and making stuff taste good that's coffee and, you know, designing shop and all that. So really just drawn to the whole package of it. Other than that, goals that I have are to, you know, through my YouTube channel that I'm starting up to, you know, spread the word on fitness and, you know, not even necessarily just like, you know, weightlifting and broing out, but just like being healthy in general.
Okay. So, all right. So my first question would be, okay, so owning your own coffee shop is the highest goal for you, correct?
Yeah.
And so now you're working at one, right? What led you to direction of like, this is what I want to pursue, so I'm going to pursue it?
Yeah, basically, whenever I started college, it was for music education. I quickly found out that teaching, while incredibly respectful, is not for me. So I was hanging out with my buddies, and they were both really into specialty coffee. I didn't drink it at the time. And so on Saturdays, we would get together, and we would make coffee for all of, you know, whoever came into the dorm room. And so just to hang out with my friends, I would stand there, and I had this little hand mill mini grinder that I would just hand grind coffee beans on, you know, 4 or 5 hours a Saturday.
Okay.
You know, and I started building up. You know, let me try that, and eventually I found one I liked, and hanging out.
Okay, well, hold on, wait. I don't mean to interrupt. Okay, so let me get this straight. So you had like a thing, and you were just doing this out of your own place.
Yeah.
Okay, that's legit. So you were doing this as a hobby, and you were like, I really enjoy this.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And so, you know, hanging out in coffee shops, I fell in love with the industry side of it as opposed to just like drinking it and, you know, trying to find good coffee.
Okay.
In Denton, where I was going to school, a new shop opened up, so I jumped on the opportunity to get behind a bar and learn more, because until then, all my experience had only been reading, you know, so I figured if I wanted to, and at that time, it really was, you know, just a great job that I wanted to have in college. You know, starting at that shop, I was still wanting to do music in some form.
Okay.
And so, you know, just being behind the bar every day, learning more and more about the industry, about, you know, how deep it is. It's more than just coffee. There's conferences, there's training, there's, you know, so many aspects to it. I just fell in love with it and wanted to, you know, keep growing in it.
So you could say you're doing what you love most.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a lot of people out there, and some, you know, working jobs. All right. In fact, the majority of the people that I have talked to are not doing a job even close to what they want to be doing. They're not living towards what they want to be doing, etc. So I guess my question for you is, since you're on that path towards what you want to be doing, how does that feel? What's that like?
It's good and it's frustrating at times, because it's great because I do what I love. You know, to find what you love, you never work a day in your life, you know, the old saying. But it's also frustrating because being on the track for it, it's not just a fantasy, you know, it's like I see the steps that I need to take, and so there's always a drive there. It's not a what if, it's this is next. And so it can be frustrating when those things take longer, you know, than you want, but I'd much rather be in the situation I am than just have a daydream, you know.
Okay, what an awesome phrase. Okay, so let's recap that, or just, this is from my own understanding. I'm not trying to talk down on y'all, but okay, so what you're saying is there's a difference between a daydream and a dream you're pursuing. Like, it's very rewarding, but at the same time, it can be like pursuing your dream is incredibly hard.
Well, yeah, you don't get to fall back on the what if or what's next. You know, you don't get there's no questions because it's laid out in front of you the steps you need to take.
Okay.
And so the only thing to do is take them. You know, you don't get the luxury of wondering what's next.
Okay.
And taking that time.
That's good. Okay, that's a really good point. And see, I agree with that too, because it's like when I was doing like my own daydreaming, one of the big things is it's like I wanted to see the world, I want to help the world, I want to help the people in it, you know. But it was a daydream, right? And I would always run into these questions of like, oh, okay, well, how am I going to do that? Well, how do you logistically do that? Blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, I kept running into hard work. You know, I gotta just go and I gotta work towards that, and I have to let go of this silly notion that it's just magically gonna happen.
Yeah, and that you have to start first. That's what I'm experiencing right now with trying to start this fitness vlog thing. Is I had all the footage on my computer for so long before I was like, okay, I can sit here and I can adjust that frame 20 times, but I'm not going to be started until, you know, you press publish. That's hilarious.
Yeah, you know what's even funny is yesterday. Okay, so yesterday was my actual first day in Dallas, and I sat for hours doing nothing but editing all day and had to sleep at a freaking truck stop last night.
Yeah.
Okay. And halfway when I was sleeping, I got some homeless guy knocking on the window asking if they could like borrow money, and it was that was not what I pictured in my head. But I was like, I want to travel full time. But at the same time, the second that frustration kicked in, my remedy, my medicine for it was just like, this is the cost. This is what I have to pay. But if I am willing to pay it, then in exchange, I get my dreams will come true.
Yeah.
You know, but at a cost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know? Okay, so something I really wrestled with was that when I turn around and like look back at my life, will I regret it? And I finally came to that point of having the courage to be like, yes. You know?
Yeah.
And once I got there, I was just like, okay, well, then it's time to start thinking about what I got to
fix it.
Yeah, time to fix it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Brandon here. We appreciate his time, and again, hopefully you guys can benefit from some of the wisdom he shared, some of the drive he shared. And at the end of the day, if there's one big encouragement you have for everyone, what is it?
Figuring out what you can sacrifice to do what you need to and what you want to. You know, the willingness to make sacrifices and leaps of uncomfortability is, I think, what separates people that are daydreaming from people that are pursuing.
That was a good phrase. That was a good, you know. Okay, we'll take it, man. We'll take it. And then also remember, we got to give him a shout out. He's got his own YouTube channel. What is your YouTube channel called, or how do they find you?
Just type in Brandon Strother. I'll have more than one video uploaded. So It's either going to be my audition tape, which is real awkward, covers I did in high school, which is real awkward, or the YouTube channel. So
y'all got that? All right, so check it out. All right, and we'll check out some of his journeys, and we wish him the best of luck. Hey,
thanks, man.
No, thank you. All right. All right, take it easy. All right, y'all, let's roll. All right, y'all, so just finished up at Cultivar. It was really cool. The staff was great. The coffee was great. Food was great. Overall, great experience. And I had a lot of fun. And it was really fun to get to talk to the guy who worked there, Brandon. We actually did an interview. I'll probably post that either along with this video or I'll do it in a separate video. But that was definitely really cool to get to hear from him. I love hearing from people who are actually pursuing what they want to pursue, like no matter what that is. I just think that to talk to people like that is both encouraging, inspiring, and you get to get some good ideas and encouragements from them.